Hi, my name is Lawrence Lim and welcome to Coffee and Conversations. Today we have Jamie Syjuco here with us. Jamie, would you like to give an introduction of yourself?
Yes, thanks, Lawrence. Well, I'm the managing director of Havaianas in several countries here in the Philippines. So I'm a retailer, but I'm also a technologist. So from all the learnings that we have as retailers and the technology that we've been using, I also do consulting for retail technology, as well as I also have a couple of startups that have to do with AI, data, and retail.
Are you able to share a little with us on how AI really plays into helping the retail grow in revenue or in business operations and such?
Sure. Well, AI is extremely in the news lately. Everybody's talking about it. And it is very, very cutting edge. But there are a lot of use cases where AI is already being used in retail. But the reason why AI is so really important now is because there's a lot of data coming from retail. With the advent of omni-channel, e-commerce, all sorts of sensors out there, measuring how our customers look, what their demographics are. There's tons of data. So the data is actually feeding the AI. So AI is really more of a means to an end of using that data in helping retailers now transform into the businesses of tomorrow.
In that particular sense, how do you think, what do you think is the AI and data penetration in retail? Like, do you think that this is something that the industry can really work towards, having more of this like data analytics involved in helping the business grow?
Yes, absolutely. So what's great about cloud technologies today and open APIs is that technology has actually been democratized. It's affordable, it's usable by medium-sized retailers. AI is literally being used by the large retailers as of today, but my mission really is to make it accessible and affordable for retailers such as myself.
And now you're actually turning into a tech business.
It's not. I mean, it is fun. It's a lot of work, but it's not because for the fun of it. It's absolutely necessary.
Yeah.
Retail is undergoing a severe transformation, and without technology, they're not going to be able to survive this transformation. So the technology, data, and AI are absolutely key for retail to move forward. Otherwise, it's going to be very, very tough for ones that don't transform.
So Jamie, it's obvious that AI and big data is going to benefit businesses like yourself. But what do you think, whether this AI and data analytics will actually produce any benefits for consumers? What's your thoughts on this?
Wow, well, that's a really big topic. I think there's benefits, but there's also drawbacks. So data, technology, AI for retail will certainly advantage shoppers. So not so much consumers. Let's leave consumers for a second.
Shoppers.
But shoppers. I mean, today, if you go to a mall, the plethora of product that's available that wasn't available before is primarily from the new technologies and data that are being used to be able to understand the consumer better. So that's why there's just so many choices now, and consumers are just so inundated with entertainment, food, and shopping. So for consumers, it's fantastic. It's also brought the price down, for example, because there's so much competition out there. It's a shopper's paradise today. But I think, honestly, there are challenges, and society really needs to be careful about data. And this is actually a big topic, because there's a lot of consumer information now being shared, then how does that really affect us in the long term? There's a lot of talk about us actually losing a lot of our independence and our rights, in a sense, because companies will know more about us and our shopping patterns, more about us than we even know about ourselves. So how will that really affect society? It's very science fiction. I love this topic.
So this is where I really have to ask. Would you be able to share Havaianas' business secret into how you actually identify and give consumers what they want by using all this big data?
Yes.
What's your business secret?
Absolutely. So let me talk more about an ambition of retail and Havaianas in the long run, because we're really building towards that. Typical retail that have been around since our grandparents' time and even to today is about pushing product to the consumer. So in other words, you as a consumer really had no choice about the type of colors of Havaianas that we develop or the type of marketing that we do. But today with data and the internet, you are actually determining what you want to listen to, which one of my marketing do you want to listen to, what products you want to buy, at what price, and the thing that's killing us, to be honest, is where to buy it, because sometimes you'll choose not to buy it from us. So the power has really changed and switched over to the consumer now in their ability to choose the way they want to be engaged with, rather than us as retailers in the past being able to just mandate exactly the way we want you to buy our product.
When you have different systems, you end up with different data sets. And it's really important to know how to exactly make all of these data sets work together, because big data, just having a bunch of big volume of data doesn't make sense if you can't really utilize it and get insights and analysis from it.
Absolutely right, Lawrence. And to encapsulate what you're saying, it's essentially that's essentially the race that retailers are under right now. It's not, everybody's talking about customer experience and branding and personalization. Yes. But it all has to happen with connecting those type of systems together. And it's a race. The first one that gets that done first is actually the one that keeps their customers and gives them a better experience.
So I also like to understand from your perspective. I think the word blockchain has been thrown around a lot. Like from your angle, how do you think blockchain might actually fit into making retail different and more exciting?
That's a good question. So blockchain is actually considered a transformational technology by Gartner. They believe that it will transform the industry, and I believe it will too. It's a little bit ahead of its time because we're still trying to connect all our systems. Much less worry about blockchain. But the thing about it, in the future world of retail or consumers or products or brands that pervade outside of just retail, it's all about connections. Mm-hmm. And the problem is that it's either you hardwire connections together, which is very, very difficult and expensive. And two independent companies are not going to hardwire their systems together. Or they use blockchain to make sure that the sharing of any data or transaction is in the cloud, is distributed, is not owned by one company, and is robust. So to be honest, there is no other solution other than blockchain to enable that in the future. So although retail might not be the first mover for blockchain, financial services might be a first mover for that. Retail is certainly on the heels of that.
Right. And it sounds like it can actually create a lot of cross collaboration across industries, right? Maybe one day my KrisFlyer points can be used to buy a pair of Havaianas.
Well, that's exactly what's going to happen. If you think about, recently there's a product out there called Live Up. It's a coalition or a connection between, I think it was Grab, Netflix, Redmart, and Lazada. Now, 4 independent companies all have 4 different data sets, and they certainly shouldn't share and lose their competitive edge by sharing that data. But blockchain is the way that they're absolutely able to now, to your point, use your points in one channel for another without harm to either party.
Right. So this is really creating a lot of collaborations where previously it doesn't exist, and is actually enabled by this new technology.
That's what's going to happen. And back to the question you had earlier, what's kind of the secret of Havaianas? It's my ambition that Havaianas now starts collaborating with other brands in that manner. Because otherwise, it's very hard for us to open slipper-only shops. Right? But it's still a very viable product. Everybody loves it. So how can we collaborate with other brands, other lifestyle brands, other channels, and still maintain our integrity and our independence of our data and our customer data? And blockchain, honestly, is really the only way.
That's really awesome. I think today we learned a lot of new things about how new technology and traditional brick and mortar businesses, products can really work together to create this, really new, innovative business models and new choices for consumers. That's really exciting.
Thank you. It is exciting. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much for your time today, Jamie. It's a really interesting discussion, and we look forward to more and future discussions with you.
I'd like that. Thank you.
So thank you everyone for being here with us on Coffee and Conversations. Stay tuned for the next one. Cheers.